Today, let's learn how to draw an icosahedron. We start with a cube, like this cube here, and we put some dots in the centers of the faces, like that. I've done it to all the sides, and we can see here, this one is here. Okay, so it belongs to this face which is close to you, and this one is this one here, and this one is this one here. Okay, now what we're going to do is draw some lines through these center points like this. So you can take them in any of three directions. If I label this as X, Y, and Z, then this one is the Y direction along the Y axis. Okay, so we want to take one of each. And here, for example, I took one in the Z direction, going up and down. So I need one more, and the one more is going to have to be in the X direction, like this. X. So I do them in pairs. So the Y direction one, I'm going to do another one on the back face. Okay, so let me do that here. So I got one line through this center point here, and then one in the back like this. And now the Z one, that's like this through this point here, and then the back like this, which I didn't do a good job. It's hard to do with a tablet, man. It's hard to do. Okay, that's not so bad. And then there's the Z one up here and down here. Okay, all of them are the same length. We're going to take the length to be 1/5. So this is a unit cube. The length of one side, the length of an edge is 1, and we're going to take 1/5 to be the length of all of these lines. They're all equal, 1/5 like this, and they're centered on that center point. So this is the beginning of the icosahedron construction. And what is phi? It is the famous golden ratio, 1 plus root phi over 2. Okay, let's make some room here. I'll do that wireframe model now with those center lines. Great, that's what that looks like. Let me color these things in. So this is a corresponding pair. This is front face, and this is the back face. And here's another one. This is top, and this is bottom, and another one. We need to do one more. This one is a front face, and this is a back over here. So this is a bit hard to see sometimes, but you have to use your imagination. So what we're going to do now is construct vertices. The endpoints of these segments are the vertices of the icosahedron, and there are 12 of these vertices like this. So 12 vertices. Icosahedron has 12 vertices, so we've got all the vertices. Now it's a question of connecting them together. So what we first do is we'll select this one to be the special one, and we'll complete all of the faces by joining up vertices for this vertex here. Okay, so let's go with this. So we'll start with this, connect these two, make an edge, and here connect these two. So we connect the closest vertices, and we're going to end up with 5 faces if we do that. 5 faces which touch on this vertex here. So this is the first one. Let's see what that looks like. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's continue with this. Let's go. So this is the vertex we're working with. We're going to complete all the faces that touch this vertex. What's another close neighboring vertex? Well, it's this one here. And I can draw some edges like this, and I end up with this face here. Very nice. Okay, so what does that look like? I will do it here. Beautiful, beautiful. So now let's take this to be our next step. These are adjacent vertices. I can connect them like this. Okay, here, and I connect these two, and I get another face like this. Remember, this is the reference vertex. Everything is with respect to this one. All right, what does this look like now if I shade it nicely? There, we completed 3 faces now. Now we have to remember that these two, this one and this one, are on the same bottom face. Okay, so this actually, if I draw lines, edges from here, here, and here, like this, these 3 edges actually form a face. You have to think this over. It would be great if I had some 3D animation. Well, I do, but it's just not easy to display it. Okay, and maybe I'll figure it out one day. But these two are on the bottom face, this, and this one is on this face on the right, which is close to us. So they can be connected, they're neighbors. Okay, and we have this face, and let's draw that. And there we go, this is our new face. We've got 4 of them. We have 1 more face to go, and that's an easy one. We'll connect these two with a straight line, supposedly a straight line. They tell me that to draw a straight line, I should keep my eye on the target, you know, where the straight line is supposed to go. I think that does work, but it doesn't. Okay, so there's my new 5th face, and that's easy to do now. Let's shade that in. There, so what we have now is something that looks like an umbrella lying on the floor. So if I put a stick here like this, I can actually turn this into an umbrella sitting on the floor. Okay, so that's one way of looking at it. And a thing to notice is that there's 5 faces touching the vertex, and the vertex has degree 5. Since icosahedron is a regular solid, it's the same throughout, so each vertex will have degree 5, and each vertex has 5 faces like this. Okay, and so let's have a look at these faces from different perspectives so that you can visualize it better. There's the umbrella, and here we see the umbrella is clearly a pentagonal umbrella. And here's a view of the pentagonal umbrella from a different angle. So what you do now is you do this to all the vertices. You make sure each one of them has this kind of triangular faces, 5 of them touching each one. You just keep continuing this construction, join up the neighboring vertices with edges and build up the faces, and you get an icosahedron, and I'll show you some views of the finished product. There we go. Very, very beautiful. And it's an amazing finished product. And this thing has some amazing properties that we might look at in the future. But for now, let's think about something which, we just assumed that this is going to work. Okay, when we built those segments that go through the centers of the cube, the faces of the cube, well, we said, okay, the length is 1/5. But how do we know all the other lines are 1/5? I mean, we didn't prove that. How do we know that this is 1/5 and that this is 1/5? After all, we are saying that this object is a regular solid, so all of these edges have to be the same. And that's a good question. So how do we prove that this construction works? And in other words, how can we prove each edge is 1/5? And yeah, you can prove it using geometry. But I might do that in a future video. For now, I think I'm done. We've got to the end where we can look at our beautiful finished product. and admire it. I think it was pretty mind-boggling for me to try to draw this just using mathematics until I discovered this construction, which makes it really easy to do in simple steps, and it's easy to make computer programs to do the drawings based on this construction. So why don't you try? Maybe you can use Python or something and make your own 3D icosahedron, and maybe you can animate it. Okay, well, I hope you liked this. If you did like it, then click like, subscribe, send me a comment. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.